Good evening, Des Moines, Iowa, and the world. Welcome to the Doc and Lefty program, coming to you from the gorgeous Northside studios of webcast1live.com. We're, as always, it's Tuesday. We're coming to you live. We're on docandlefty.com, so check us out there. Watch the live feed. Go to YouTube after we're done. But as always, we're bringing you the perspectives you love from the side you hate. Across the table, front with me, as is the usual, is my main man, my bearded something or other.
The bearded president of Old Manistan.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna come up with something that rhymed with Stan. I couldn't do it. Clumsiest intro ever. Dr.
Okay.
Petrosh, how is it going?
You've done a few that are much more clumsy.
I
gotta give you props.
It's my first day. What? How's it going?
Well, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We got a lot of things to talk about today.
Yep.
We have a lot of hot button issues.
Yep.
And we're gonna have hot and things. And here's how slick Lefty is. Usually our social media gal, Jen, is the one that gets everybody stirred up online, trying to get people watching. So I send a couple of things to Jen, go, man, you're really getting people talking. Man, you're really stirring up the hornet's nest. Turns out it wasn't Jen, because apparently she's much nicer than Lefty.
Well, and that's the thing. I wasn't even, this is how raw this whole thing is. I wasn't even particularly mean or contentious. I was just asking questions. And I even said that in the beginning. I said, hey, here's some questions to see if we can't extend this discussion. And boy, a bunch of you really wanted to have this out.
Oh yeah.
Wanted to have this out.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's been quite a week. It's quite a weekend for me. We lost our air conditioning on Thursday. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and don't get me wrong, I'm sweating so bad. It's awful. And I will tell you, I started thinking about the other 6 billion people who generally don't have air conditioning.
Yep.
Orphans in Ukraine don't have air conditioning. Orphans in South Africa don't have air conditioning. There's a lot of people in Europe that, even though they have access to air conditioning, really it's too expensive to run, so they don't have it.
And it's not as culturally a thing in a lot of the European countries too.
Yeah, so anyway, if you don't have air conditioning, God bless you, because that was a wake up call about why we live in the United States.
It's a tough one.
Oh,
it is a tough one.
Hot. But at least we don't have to shovel rain.
Yep.
In 6 months, we're gonna have to be shoveling rain, and that's not gonna be any good. And you had a few gigs this weekend.
Nope.
You didn't have any?
Nope, I did not. What
did you do?
I went to beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota, and hung out with my family for Father's Day, and went and saw my beloved Chicago Cubs. I'm sorry, I've got a. Okay,
a text
sorry,
already?
Well, it has nothing.
Yelling at you,
hasn't anything to do with the show. Is a number I didn't recognize, but which that doesn't normally happen. My beloved Chicago Cubs defeat the Minnesota Twins in extra innings on Saturday, and then they finished off the series Sunday with just a dramatic display of power and baseballmanship. So no, I had an awesome time. Target Field is a great place to watch the game. I don't mind I like the Twins. They're kind of an adopted team for me, since all my family now lives in Minnesota at this point. But it sure was fun to see a Cubs game and to see them beat the Minnesota Twins, and that was a good time.
Well, there's a lot of cute pictures of a little baby. I'm assuming that's a niece or nephew.
No, yeah, that's my sister's boy, Caden, and he is hilarious. He was born at 26 weeks. And no kidding. He's 3. He was born in February 2012. He was born at 26 weeks. I believe it's 26 weeks. 26 weeks old. Touch and go for a while. Came through it. He's still got a lot of the premature stuff that he's working through at 3, and he's finally started to put words together into sentences, and he's just hilarious. He's just hilarious. So that was good hanging out with him.
That is awesome. I want to say a little bit of a shout out to Alex Hatfield and his girl Mercedes and their little boy Raylan. Same situation.
Yep.
And so little Raylan's growing up. It's pretty cool. I am looking at a picture of from this weekend. My son and his friends went to a wedding. And my son is he's a tall guy, and he is not the tallest guy in that picture. There's some behemoths there. One's Tim, one's John. We haven't heard from Tim and John in a long time.
We have not. But how was Pop's Day for you?
You know, it was all right. My mom made dinner, and you know, that was okay. We had corned beef and cabbage because we grew a bunch of cabbage this year. Had rhubarb crisp because we grew rhubarb this year. We had watermelon because you know, somebody in South America grew watermelon here earlier this year. So, you know, it's good stuff.
It sounds
good all the way around.
It sounds like a pretty fantastic weekend all the way around.
It was nice. And then the dogs came in and, you know, they gave me the happy birthday lick, and you know, that was good. It was good all the way around.
Yeah.
See, what kills me is I don't know why your family, who as I understand are a bunch of conservatives.
No, none of them.
None of them are conservatives?
No, none of them. I don't know where you would have got that idea.
Well, I thought we were talking. No?
Nope.
So they're all liberals?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're all very religious people. Maybe that's where you got confused.
Maybe, yeah.
But they are the very religious, very devoted Christian liberal.
See, and you know, the thing is I just made a classic Republican mistake. Classic. And that is assuming everybody who's Christian is conservative. And that's not true.
Nope.
You know, I mean,
most of them, but these are my family they're all liberals. They're all good Democrats, and they're all very Christian.
They're good Democrats.
There are.
Maddie, did you know they were good Democrats? She didn't know either.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't even know what that was going on. So we have a bursting show for you today. We're not really going to introduce each segment by segment, because this whole thing is going to mesh together. There's not really a way to separate out the Charleston shooting from racism, from hate, from the Confederate flag part, from, you know, the wag the dog situation I think is going on. And there's not a way to separate it. So when we get back, and I know this segment was a little short, but usually Lefty is a little more interesting than usual.
That's a darn lie.
You're never more interesting than what you are now?
No, it's not. It's not true. I exist at this level of tedious boredom that I induce in people. That's just, it's not so high that folks get interested enough in what I have to say to get like really upset and want to do anything to me physically, but it's also not low enough that you just don't notice it. Kind of like that gnat that flies not in your ear, but like right around here that you can still hear, but it's not close enough to care.
Yeah. And that makes you want to grab that fly swatter and just start swatting dry air, even though it's not in.
Yeah.
So we're going to be back after the break. Joe, if you want Mom to cook you something, all you got to do is come down. That's what she tells me. And she will fix whatever her favorite son wants.
Oh, boy.
You know, because there's no doubt. There's no doubt who's the favorite one, and that is my brother, Joe. It's whatever he wants. I had to eat corned beef and cabbage because that was the only thing that would go with cabbage.
Well,
that's it.
And you know, and it is a shame on Father's Day that she reminded you of that.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That was a conversation. Why doesn't your brother Joe come down?
You know, he's my favorite.
Yes, that's absolutely what she said. So we're going to be back after this break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about racism, the culture of hate, the Confederate flag, the Charleston shooting. It's all going to be mixed up in this next segment. We'll be back after this break. We want to thank everybody who's tuning in. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Petrosian Associates, Lubinas Law Firm, Halo Capital, Des Moines Interest Rates, Des Moines Anesthesia PC at 515-574-6442. Of course, you all know that they do pain management and anesthesia. And, you know, I don't know, occasionally you like a good dose of anesthesia.
I do.
So just to, you know, get you chilled on out.
I heard that they were going to supply the whippets for my next rave.
You know, you can't
That is irresponsible. Yes. Don't listen to that, folks.
So don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and go to docandlefty.com.
I've got something ready.
And I have a guest blogger who's going to tackle gay issues and race issues.
Oh, good.
So that'll be terrific. We also want to thank Maddie Kane.
Yep.
So everything's going well for her. We'll be back right after this break.